Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, October 28th. It is 6:20 right now. Market's going to open in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started shortly. Just give me a few moments to finish setting this up, and then we should be good to go. So a couple more things here to update. Looks good. Let's get a few more things down here, and we should be good to go. Solid. All right, cool. So with that said, let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, cool. So it looks like people are starting to make their way in. As people join, I'm going to go ahead and mark up the zones on the chart. Right over here. All right, cool. So I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. As people join into the room, I'm going to go ahead and mark up the SR zones over here, which are kind of spread out. So we got a pretty good handful over here that are kind of all over the place. Let's go from here, and then I'll cover the ones that overlap a bit. All right. So I think that's good. Let me go and just cover a couple of these over here that overlap. This one right here. It's a bit of some messy zones, but we'll make it work. Hey Kenny, morning. All right, got these zones marked up here, and I think these over here overlap too, so let's mark this up down here as well. All right, cool. So I got all the zones over here marked up. I'll get a few more moments for people to make their way in. I'll go and mark up market structure over here so that you guys can see, where price is going. Got all of these marked up here, and I think we're pretty much good to go for the most part. So good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today's Friday, October 28th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. I pretty much marked up the SR zones over here, marked up the market structure over here. As you guys can see, prices kind of jumped around over here pre-market. It looks like there was news here at 5:30. I'll go and check that out to mark it up for you guys, but you guys can see the huge spike right here, and price is just starting to correct back to where it's supposed to be. As price corrects back to where it's supposed to be, you can see prices actually moved into a range right here. So not too much going on right here with current price. We'll see what happens when the market actually opens, but you can see this big spike right here, and then price kind of bounced around, retraced, came back up, and then it's back to where it was from right here. So it's kind of just, big spike up, retracement, and then correction back to where it was after the spike up. So that's kind of where price is supposed to be, or where it should be. I'm going to go and check out the news to mark up, whatever happened at 5:30. So right here on Friday, October 28th at 5:30, we had some news. It was core PCE price index, employment cost index, personal income, personal spending. It's pretty neutral to bullish. So I'll go and mark that up over here at 530 so that you guys have an idea of, what kind of happened at this point and what caused price to really push up like that. It was obviously news. Let's mark it up right here. So 5:30 a.m. US news. Got that right there marked up. Other than that, we have some more news coming up at 7 o'clock, which is medium to low impact. So some more news coming up right over here at 7 o'clock. But other than that, I think that's about it for now. So let me go over here and mark up certain price points over here on the clean chart so that you guys can kind of see where market structure moves around as we continue through the morning session. So yeah, we'll see where price goes from here. Other than that, let's see what else is here. Morning, Saren. Morning, everybody. Let me go and mark up. So I think we've marked up pretty much all the important stuff right now. The next thing we need to look up is going to be the overall direction of price. So looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 66% short. This indicates that 66% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So typically when you have this many people in one direction, you want to do the opposite and buy. So if that's it over here, retail sentiment is 66% short. So we might be looking for some buys today. Going over here to the next step, we're going to look over at fundamentals. Fundamentals are currently up 100 points right now. So we'll leave that at 100 points. And the positive, this goes hand in hand with our analysis of the retail sentiment. So 66% of retail traders are currently selling. Fundamentals are currently up 100 points in the positive. We're probably going to be looking for some buys today. Next up, we're going to look at the trend to identify where the long-term trend is going. So long-term trend 4-hour time frame is currently bullish right now. And if all these line up is bullish, obviously we're going to be looking for some buys. 1-hour trend is bullish as well. And the reason I'm able to determine this is I'm looking down at the trend meter right here. It makes things a lot simpler where you don't have to go and mark anything up. You just look down and see what the color is. If it's green, that means it's bullish. If it's red, that means it's bearish. If it's blue, that means it's neutral. So with that said, the 4-hour, 1 hour is bullish. 30-minute is also bullish. 15-minute, also bullish. So you can see down here that it was bearish and then now it's shifting up to a bullish push. So it's correcting back to where it's supposed to be. It's been bullish pretty much all week. Price typically will like bounce around, but then right now it's, it's back into its bullish direction. So for the most part, it looks like we're probably gonna be looking for some buys today. There's a couple of pre-market moves over here. It looks like so we technically had a high-low quick scalp right here. You can see we have a bullish momentum. Trend meter is green as well. So bullish momentum, high, low. After this low right here, we had a wick rejection right here, and this would technically be a high-low quick scalp. However, it's right at pre-market, like right before market open. So obviously we wouldn't take a trade there. But if you did take it, it looks like you probably would have hit your TP or close to it. I'm going to be a bit careful today because I've been getting screwed around with like the last 2 days. You guys remembered yesterday I got screwed around because we were waiting for Yellen to speak. She didn't speak for like an hour. An hour after she was scheduled to speak, and then I got caught in this trade where price kind of screwed around for a bit. It pushed in profit and then it went straight to the opposite and reversed. Same thing happened on Wednesday when Biden also speaks. So if anyone has any links or any ideas as to anybody speaking today, feel free to share it, to just give us a heads up so that we can understand what's probably causing these unusual movements in price. Market's going to open in about 1 minute, so we'll see where price goes. What you probably want to look for on the open is for a bullish breakout. So if we see a bullish breakout, I might take it for a partial move. It's been hitting pretty much all week. It typically hits when the market is moving in one direction. So as you can see right here, everything is bullish. So there's no reason to take any sells today. As you can see, retail sentiment is 66% short. Fundamentals are bullish. 4-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, and 10-minute are all bullish. Everything's pointing towards the upside. So there's really no reason to look for any sells. Unless you're looking for a really quick short-term move. So what might happen on open here is we might get a fake out to the bottom, or not to the bottom, but a fake out down a little bit. And then it may correct right back up, right? This is probably what we might get right here. If we get a sell for the breakout, definitely not going to take it, but I'm going to wait for that correction back to the upside. So we'll see what happens in a bit. Yeah, Seth said them delaying the speeches could be part of their market manipulation. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Seth. There's also some news over here with Nancy Pelosi's husband getting attacked at his home, and someone probably was pissed about what's been going on. But yeah, he got attacked unfortunately, he got attacked in his home last night. He's in the hospital right now. So we'll see, any details on that, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. So other than that, market is opening up shortly, guys. So market is opened up now. This is the opening candle. So if you get a strong green candle here, this will technically be the breakout. You want to be a bit careful with taking this trade, though. I'm not going to take the entire move. I might not even take the move at all. I'm just going to follow it and see where it goes. And if it pushes up to TP, maybe I'll take it for a partial, a little push up. But right now, I'm going to be a bit careful with the entry here. So there's no bullish candle right here. So there's no entry for the breakout. If this closes with the sell signal, still no entry there. What you're looking for is a strong green candle with no momentum signal. We already have a bullish signal here, so you need a strong green candle for that to be the breakout. So we'll see where this goes. Yeah, no, I just saw your message, Seth. Yeah, Seth said some traded lost his funding challenge due to manipulation and attacked your husband. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. And yeah, the manipulation from yesterday did kind of mess up my trades for this week because it set me back to break even. This candle right here is pretty huge, guys. If this closes as a strong green candle, this would technically be the breakout. There's no surprise that we're getting this big bullish push because I already analyzed it for you guys today. We have a bullish momentum and bullish direction for the day. So if this closes, I'll mark it up. I don't think I'll be taking the entire breakout right there. So there goes. Price pushes up a little higher. And we'll see where it goes from here. Price ends up continuing to push up. If anything, I'll probably take it for a partial move. I'll keep watching to see where it goes. But I'm not necessarily going to look to take it for too quick of for the full push. So there we go. Price pushed up. I try to catch it as price pushed up. So when price pulled down right here, I took it for a partial move and I actually locked in some pretty good profit off. I got some slippage. I actually locked in 2,110 off that trade right there. I kind of gave you guys a heads up. I was probably gonna make a partial move. I tried to go for 100 pips. Slippage hit me in my favor. I actually locked in 2,110. So I actually locked in double my profit with this big spike right here. If anyone took the breakout, it looks like it's about to hit full TP, and it just did. So if you guys took the breakout, great work. If you guys did it, it's okay. It's still a risky move right now, but it's starting to look a lot better now that we have this overall direction. There's no surprise that price was going to push up like this because we already analyzed it pre-market, that everything was bullish and there's no reason to take any sells. So if you guys came in on time and you guys listened to my analysis of the breakout, you guys probably hopped into this with me here. I didn't take it for the full move, took it for a partial move, but there was some slippage as price spiked up and then it blasted right through my TP, gave me an extra double profit off that. So yeah, no, thanks, Seth. Yeah, Seth said good catch. Congrats on taking the breakout for the first time in a while. Yeah, I haven't taken this breakout in a while, guys. I've been marking it up for you guys. And it blasted right through just like it's been doing for the past couple of days. The only time I'll take the breakout, even for a partial move, is when this right here is all one-sided, right? So this was retail sentiment was 66% short. So I already knew all these retail traders were going to get screwed, whoever was selling. So that's why I was looking for a buy here. Fundamentals here were bullish, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, and 10-minute, all bullish. So I'll go ahead and put the trade right here. So I'll just put this right here and I'll post up my profits as well. Let me see my other accounts over here. So all of my accounts look really good for right now because of the breakout. So I pretty much made it back in a profit. I pretty much made up all my losses for this week, and I'm actually doubled it. And I'm in profit now for the week so far. So here are all my accounts. Tons of slippage right there, as you guys can see. My profit target was 100 pips, so I made 2,110 off my. And I'll just gonna post it up over here real quick, so it's easier to see. Okay, so I made 2,110 off my main FTMO, 2,360 off my FTMO number 2. My personal account made 1,735. MFF number 1, 2010. MFF number 2, same thing, 2010. MFF number 3, 2010. And my TFF made 2,067. So great profit locked in off that US30 breakout entry. Slippage worked in my favor, giving me double profit. So this is why it's really key that you guys, get to the session early so that you guys can see me analyze the direction. If we have a clear direction, one move, like in one direction, then it's a lot safer to take this breakout rather than having a mixed market. So for you guys that caught it, great. If you guys didn't, it's okay. We'll keep following for another entry as we continue to move along here. So let me just send this update right there. And we'll look at a couple profits over here as well that you guys have locked in. So looking over here, David locked in 313 pre-market. So nice work right there, David. Maddie over here locked in well over 1,000 right here, pre-market as well. As you can see from my account over here, I locked in pretty good amount, about 2,000 per account. Scroll up real quick. We have some more profits over here from Seth, I believe. Yeah, Seth over here took the breakout with us as well, locking a total profit of 4,318. So great work right there, Seth. And great work across everyone else over here. Yeah, Patrick said breakout seems to be coming back around. That's 3 or 4 this week that have hit, isn't it? Yeah, so every breakout this week, I think, hit full TP, Patrick. There was like one day where there was no breakout. It just, went to 635 and there was no entry, but everything else has been hitting pretty much straight on point. So I think what we'll do is we'll analyze market pre-market like we did today. And if everything lines up for bullish, we'll take the breakout for a buy. If it's everything lines up for bearish, we'll take the breakout for a sell, right? And that'll help us with determining and having confidence in taking these entries here. So we're still looking for another entry here, but we don't have anything to take right now, guys. Market is now moving directional. So we'll look for some V1 variations, V1 continuations, and high-low quick scalps. The only problem right here is that price is getting near these sessions, which is a red flag. We'll have to wait for price to push past it and continue on higher. Or we need to wait for price to retrace down a little bit. So something like this here where price pushed up, retrace slightly, and then push up higher. And then if that's the case, we'll take our entry down below, right? So just a matter of time and just a matter of patience for this to actually, play out here. Scotty over here as well, currently locked in a total profit of 785. Nice work right here, Scotty. He took the breakout. He also took the swing right back down for double profit both ways. Kenny over here as well took the breakout, locked in a total profit of 110 for right today. Nice work, Kenny. And as we wait over here, I'll just go ahead and mark up, or I'll screenshot my individual profits. I typically like to have my individual profits. Nice. A over here, he's on Instagram. He said, bro, I just saw your trade now and took it 5 seconds to TP. Nice. Yeah, I've been a little more active on like Instagram again, guys. So like we've been getting a lot of people who started checking out and joining through social media, and they've just been watching, live streams and making profit off it. So great work to whoever's here on the YouTube who's not in the premium yet. This is your taste of like what you guys could be making if you guys do have the indicators and strategies in place. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to check out the website and everything will be on there. So let me go and take screenshots of my profits real quick. Let's see. That's weird. It didn't give me a green strip here. It did close me out at TP, but it did not. I'm assuming the slippage here caused it to do that, but it's all good. All right, so there's no entries right now, guys. We're still watching, so don't worry. I'm not distracted taking these screenshots on my phone. I'm just waiting for this to actually provide us with something to take Price is right at the session, so there's no entry we can take anyways. All right, so here goes. Price is at the sessions. We need price to push above it in order for us to take any entries, because we need price to be away from where it's currently at. Get a few moments to make its way there, above or below the sessions, and see if we can catch, at least one entry from that point. So just keep in mind, guys, that today is Friday, and it's one of the riskier days to trade. Friday and Monday are typically the riskiest. Friday is risky because a lot of people are getting out of the markets. You get a lot of this, random volatility. Like, market will be super slow. Like, for example, right now, people bought all of these, are probably chasing this push to the upside, right? You're going to get people who made profit like us, and they're going to pull out of their positions before the end of the weekend, or before the end of the week, as we enter the weekend. So that's why it's kind of risky, because right here you can see how price is super propped up. Whenever a lot of these people who are in the market want to cash out and just close out for the weekend, they're going to sell off. So you're going to see some price sell off over here, and then when price does sell off, at that point you're going to get people who want to buy the dip. It'll push back up. You're going to have other people who want to bandwagon on the sells, because they're going to be like, oh crap, everyone's selling, so I got to get out of the market too, right? When you see that, you're going to get an area of manipulation here, because at this point you're not going to know whether to buy or sell. So you want to be very careful. So for example, here, if price does come down, I want to wait for it to like break structure to continue pushing up higher, so that I know, the bulls are still in control here. Vice versa, if price comes below here, I want to see if people are still selling off, and I'll just catch the dip from like even below here. Because I know some people are going to try to catch the dip here as people try to sell off, and there's going to be a lot of different areas where that dip may happen. The dip may happen here, the dip may happen here, but you won't really know until you have that confirmation. So like, for example, up here, you want to be a bit careful taking some buys, because you don't know if this is going to come down or if it's going to continue rallying to the upside. Either way, there's no entry for us to take. Like, there's no SR rejections up here. There's also no high-low quick scalps at the moment, because we don't have a low that's been established. So no need to rush, guys. Make sure you fully analyze the trades. I'm going to fully analyze it as well. I'm not going to make any like dumb mistakes like past couple of days. But yeah, I don't know if anyone has any updates on like any news happening today, because I don't see anything here from any of the big speakers. Like, I don't see anything from Biden. I don't see anything from Yellen. I don't see anything from Powell. And I don't see anything here on CNBC either. So let me see if there's anything else here. I mean, the only big news I saw today was like Nancy Pelosi's husband getting attacked. There's a couple other updates here as well. I mean, regarding Facebook, pretty much cratering. If you guys didn't see, Facebook, the cost of the price of Meta just dropped like crazy over the past 1-2 days. Obviously, you guys know that Elon purchased Twitter. It's going to affect the market too. The Ukrainian war, and then a couple other stocks here, but they're not part of the US30, so I don't think it really affect us too much. Just depends if you're trading certain other assets, like S&P, I think has some of them in there, and also the NASDAQ. So still no entries here, guys. You can see the volatility starting to die down. A lot of people made their money already. Now market is just kind of flattened out. Let's take a look at sentiment over here to see where everyone's sitting. You can see a lot of people have actually doubled down on this. So a lot of people earlier, this was at what, 66, I believe. It's now at 69. So what I can see right here is I can see a lot of people who got stopped out, and they kind of just doubled down. They're revenge trading now. And this is like good for us, because if this number keeps increasing, then I'm expecting price to continue to push up higher, to continue stopping those people out. So what I might see happen here is price might drop slightly to basically give these people some hope, right? Because they can't just keep stopping them out. If they stop them out, they're not going to trade. But you can see a lot of retail traders have popped into more sells, which is crazy. I mean, this is a whole trade psychology part of trading. You kind of have to get into people's heads, right? So for example, here, you see it went from 66 to 69. You just have to visualize, why are these people entering shorts? The reason a lot of these people are entering shorts is because what kind of happened here was, let me measure this right here. So down here, when market opened, or even lesser, yeah, down here, price is pushed up about 3,000 pips, right? I don't know anyone who typically has a stop loss this big. This is a huge stop loss to have, a 3,000 pip stop loss. So what happened here is price spiked up, people got stopped out right here, right? As people got stopped out around this area and they saw these red candles, what do you think happened at this point? These people who got stopped out probably re-entered the position. Even if you held the position from right there, this is still like 2,000 pips. I've never used a 2,000 pip stop loss. So these people probably got stopped out. As price came down, they tried to re-enter their sells. As price pushed up again right here from this point, it's like another 1,000 pips. So, you know, and this has probably happened to you guys before, where you're in a position and you get stopped out and then you get mad because you think price is going to come down. So you just re-enter the position from up here and you get stopped out a second time right here because price spikes up again. And then you get even more mad because you're like, man, like the market is being manipulated right now. So what happens is you try to enter another sell right here, right? I could already imagine people entering sells right here, thinking that price is finally going to make its way back down and correct. But since a lot of these numbers here keep increasing, like if this goes up to 70%, let's see, it's still at 69. If this goes up to 70%, I could see this kind of just going sideways for a bit. And then once they have enough retail traders on that sell side, they're just going to spike it up another 1,000 pips to stop everybody out. Because that's how the market makers make money, right? It's all off psychology. Like you guys can apply whatever strategy you guys want to apply. But you kind of have to think from a market maker's perspective, right? How is a market maker going to make money right here? Do you think they're going to make money by dropping price down? No, because majority of traders are currently selling. So in order for them to make money, they got to stop these people out. And you can see there, it's now at 70%. So I'm expecting price to go up higher. A lot of retail traders here, they're trading off emotion. They see price going up and they think, oh, just because price is this high, it's going to have to come back down, right? But that's the wrong way of thinking. You got to think of it from a money perspective. How are these market makers going to make money? Because they're going to make money off these traders regardless. So, you know, if you're trading off emotion, you see price so high right here, you're taught to think that, oh, price can only go up so high. So it's up about 3,000 pips and people are expecting price to come back down to correct, you know, at least like back to where it's currently at. The way that we think is opposite though. So when people are thinking, okay, price has to retrace up, it's overextended. I'm thinking from a market maker's perspective, I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to make more money off here? Am I going to drop it down and make money off this 30% of traders? Or am I going to keep pushing price up and make money off the 70% of traders? Because I can stop all these people out, drop this down to like 50%, or that's a big move. Maybe like 5 or 10%, right? Drop this from 70 to 60%, and I can make a ton of money off those traders right there, right? If you're a market maker. So you can see right here, my analysis is playing out perfectly. It's pushing up higher because they're stopping out people right now. You can see this number drop from 70% to 69. Reason for that is because price kind of spiked up right here about 600 pips, right? That's like an average stop loss for people. And their stop losses were placed right here because this is where the previous high was. So right here, it's going through a stop loss hunt again, knocking people out of the position. And the reason why I knew that there was stop losses right here is if you go back, and this isn't really that difficult to do. It's like if you traded for long enough, you already know where people place your stop loss. So for example, right here, you can see how price was coming down. If you were to enter a short position, where are you going to place your stop loss? Right above the high right here, right? The swing high. So this is what a lot of people's positions were looking like, right? You see a lot of people try to enter these positions like, oh, price is overextended, it has to come down. And they enter the sell here thinking that price is going to come down. What happens, market makers do the opposite. Price actually pushes up and stops them out. And if I go forward, it's exactly what happened, right? It stopped them out right there. And what do you think is going to happen here? They're going to trap some more people. Now that they have this structure over here kind of lined up, they're going to drop it down a little more, have people enter the sell again right here, because people would think, okay, I got unlucky. This is probably going to come down again because this is like a double top basically aligned with this structure here. They're going to try to enter the sell again for a double take or a triple take. And what's going to happen here? Same thing. Price is probably going to drop a little bit, come back up, stop them out. and continue on with the cycle here of people getting stopped out and continuing to revenge trade into these trades. So that's why I always remind you guys, whenever you guys eat a loss or take a loss like I did yesterday, right? I took a loss yesterday. I just called it a day, because if you continue to trade, you're going to trade off emotion and you're going to start to revenge trade, just like what I pretty much laid out for you guys here. So I would probably sit out of the market for right now for a little bit at least, you know, unless we get a low here. So if we get a low at some point over here, then this is actually good game to enter a buy, because if the number here is still high, you can see here it's back to 70%. Those same people that just got stopped out, because you saw that it went from 60, it went from 66 to 69 to 70, and then it dropped down to 69 because they got stopped out. They just re-entered the trade. It's back to 70%, right? The same people who got stopped out right here are back into their position. And if price establishes a low right here, I'm going to move with the market makers, and I'm just going to catch my little spike up and make some profit off these people who are getting stopped out. So we'll see where that goes. But as of now, there's just nothing for us to take at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up, or I'm going to send in my profits from that last trade so that you guys can see the breakdown of what I locked in. All right, so here's the individualized profits from that breakout earlier. So here you can see from my main account, I'm not sure why I didn't turn green. I had my TP set, but I think it's because of the slippage. So right here, I locked in 2,110 off my main account. My FTMO copier locked in 2,360. Here is my TFF locked in 2,100. My MFF number 1, 2010. MFF number 2, 2010. My third MFF 2010, and then my personal account over here $18. I just increased the lot size a little bit. Typically, I decreased it actually. It's typically around like 0.30, but I mean, I don't really care too much about my personal account because it's a smaller account. There's like 600 bucks in here, so it's just, you know, I'm just playing around with this account to see how far I can grow it. And I've never used Henko Trade before, so I'm trying to try them out and get a withdrawal before I, you know, go heavier on this, because I just don't want to risk too much and get screwed where I can't pull out. I've heard good things about Henko though, so I'm not too worried. But if worse comes to worse and they do screw me, you know, I'm out like $1,000, not a big deal. So, all right, let me go and just update this real quick. Looks like a lot of you guys here posted some profits as well. So I will take a look at the other group shortly. So let's see, a couple profits over here from, yeah, no, definitely. Kip said that compounding of accounts looks fantastic. Yeah, no, definitely. You know, you just need a couple wins and it adds up pretty quickly. Some profits over here from Rashida. She locked in a total profit of 331 for the day. So great work right there, Rashida. All wins and no losses. We have Al over here currently at 4,095 for the day. He was running his trades with a trailing stop. You can see the red strips over here, and he pretty much locked into pretty good profit along the way. So solid work right there, Al. Natasha over here currently up 430 for the day. Looks like she took the breakout earlier as well, or she missed it actually. She just took it towards the end for 100 pips, locked in a nice profit though, 430 for the day. So solid work right there, Tasha. Patricia over here as well. She said most likely dead for the day. She took the breakout with us earlier this morning, it looks like, and then she took a couple more profits. Total profit of 2,735 for the day. So solid work right there, Patricia. Yeah, definitely, guys. Not bad for a Friday. I mean, if you guys locked in some good profits already today, you know, I would just call it a day. I mean, I'm going to stay on the market and try to catch something if I can find something. But if you guys are satisfied with your profits for today, it's pretty good for a Friday, right? You typically don't get moves like that on a Friday for the breakout that early. And this is probably like more than you would have made anyways if you were to take these smaller scalps throughout the session. It's about 7 o'clock right now. We have news coming up, so we'll see how the market reacts to it. But yeah, if you guys if you guys want to stay on the live session but not risk your account, just close your MT4, just continue watching the live session, and you guys can just mark up entries here. Like for example, if you see something here, mark it up on your trading view and then just analyze it, right? Just watch it. You don't have to take the trade. The thing with trading, guys, is that you just have to find that consistency. One thing that one of our members mentioned to me the other day, and I don't know if you mind if I mention your name, but what he showed me was he said he did really good, like during the live and during when he was in focus, he was taking all the trades really well. And you probably know who I'm talking about. He was doing a lot of good trades, and he would take a lot of random trades. And the thing is, he'd get lucky with a lot of random trades, and he would just get too much confidence and maybe blood, and he would end up losing random trades after that. Thanks Rashida for this real quick. I'm gonna come back to that. But we have a possible high-low quick scalp right here. Let's see where it's currently at. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this high-low quick scalp, guys. The reason for that is because you see how the little gap happened right here between these two candles. There's like a data issue, right? Well, not a data issue, but there's a data. There's a lag of data here on TradingView. Typically, when we see that, the market starts to move a little funky, and it ends up. It's like a hint that something weird is going to happen in the market. Yeah, and the low disappeared as well. So I'm going to hold off on this right here. But thanks for the heads up right there, Rashida. But yeah, that's another red flag where you should probably be careful, because the lows never disappear like that. This is actually the first time I've seen it disappear like that. There's probably there's an issue with the data here where the data is lagging. So all in all, there is no entry here, but there was technically an entry here when this candle closed, but it did gap up a little bit due to the little price movement. So all right, we're gonna hold off on that right now. We also have news coming up right here in about 4 minutes. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, guys, is that there's someone in our group that basically he takes a lot of trades, some official, some not so official, just based off intuition. And he started to notice that he would find consistency when he was applying the strategies properly, but when he started taking trades off his intuition, he would get lucky and think that that it was supposed to work out. But then he ended up having losses, and then after looking at all of his trades at the end, he would see that if he would just avoid those random trades, he would have made a lot more profit. So just keep in mind, stay consistent and disciplined with your entries here. Like for example, this one right here, we saw a possible entry coming, but then it disappeared. I see a lot of people try to FOMO into these trades here. Like they see price drop a little lower, and then they end up wanting to enter for a discount. If you guys missed the move, you guys missed the move. Just wait for the next one. There's going to be more to come. You guys can get lucky with a lot of these FOMO trades, but at the end of the day, there's going to be one FOMO trade that doesn't play out, and then you're gonna not want to close it out, and you're gonna end up blowing your account. So just keep that in mind. Stay disciplined. Let's see. I don't think there's anything for us to take right now. There's a momentum signal here for a sell, so we can't take any buy high-low quick scalps. I'm not really looking to take any sells here for a couple of reasons. For one, we have the sessions right here, so it's too close to the sessions. And for two, there just isn't any good entries for us to take right now anyways for a sell. Even if price comes down to this point, I think overall bias here is still very bullish. Looking over here, yeah, sentiment is now at 71%. So I'm expecting this to come right back up. So as you can see, price is coming down. I'm expecting this to play out kind of like what I marked up earlier. So we got price pusher from this point right here, retracement, and continuation. So that's the setup that I see playing out over here. We also got news coming up right now in about a minute. So we'll see where this plays out. I don't think there's any other news here, but sentiment is super heavy on the short side. So I definitely would not look for any sells. I can already tell it's a lot of emotional traders, especially on a Friday. I feel like the worst traders, or not really the worst traders, but the worst in people who trade come out on Fridays. I've seen a lot of people make a pretty decent amount of profit throughout the week, and then Friday they blow all the profits, and then they just keep revenge trading until they blow their account. So yeah, it's just crazy to see this many short sellers. I haven't seen sentiment like this like pretty much for the past, I don't know, 6 or 7 months now. Because during the summer, this was like around the middle all summer. It was like around 50%. These are like COVID numbers basically. In COVID, you see it like 80% short. And it's just crazy because all those people just kept getting stopped out. So here goes, price starts to swing back up. It's the setup that I just drew right here. Price pushed up, came back for the retracement. Now it's coming back up to stop people out. There's a lot of stop losses right here that I'm expecting to be sitting. So here's the key thing. If you see price push up to this point right here, I would expect this number here to drop. So just keep that in mind. I see it right now currently at 71%. I see price pushing up. If price does push past this point, I'm expecting these people to get stopped out and this number to drop to maybe like 70%. And here is the news candle right here. 7 o'clock news, pending home sales. I'm expecting this to be negative. Revised consumer sentiment and revised inflation expectations. Expecting all this stuff to be negative here. Yep, and it's pretty much what I expected. So pending home sales is down 10.2%. You know what's crazy about this is that if you guys saw the pending home sales on the previous day, like when would the I remember there was news here for pending home sales and it was positive and it just didn't make any sense to me because I know people aren't buying homes right now. Well, not the same as like before. I'm like curious where that news is at now. Yeah, so like new home sales, it's crazy. It was 600, it was positive here on Wednesday, and then here on Friday, it's like it's dropped super heavily. So it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Everything's manipulated. So just keep that in mind. We're going through a recession. Interest rates are super high. Even myself, like I have cash to buy a house. I'm not going to buy a house because the interest rates are just crazy. Yeah, I don't know. But we already predicted that was going to happen. And here we go, as price starts to go sideways. That's why I don't really care about news too much. I don't trade news. I just use it to kind of determine where price is going to go. So with news being negative, I'm expecting this to kind of go sideways for a bit, but eventually spike up right here. And then and stop these people out. But you can see right here that price is kind of just churning these traders in here. So if you guys don't know what I mean by churning, they're kind of just like giving people some hope, right? So like, for example, if you're here with if you're in a sell position, and you guys have probably all felt this before, you guys are in a sell position and you see price going back and forth, right? Like say you entered like somewhere around here and price just keeps going back and forth. This is like messing with your emotions here because you're like, oh, you're all excited that price is coming down. But say your stop loss is a little lower, like down here. You're getting excited that price is dropping down and then it just keeps going back up. So it'll go down, you'll be excited, it goes up, you're like, crap, I should have closed out in profit. It goes back down, you get excited again, comes back up in profit, drops down even heavier, and then all of a sudden it just spikes up and stops you out, right? They're just churning traders right here. When they do this, people will just continue to enter some sells. The more sellers they have in the market, the more money these market makers will make when they stop people out. Because the thing with these market makers and brokers, they make money off your commissions, right? So like, every time you enter a trade, they make a little cut off that. Looking over here at the sentiment, you can see the sentiment starting to pick up a little more. Yeah, Seth said when sentiment is 65% or more, it's so sweet. Everything else it's wishy-washy. And I agree with you too, Seth. That's why my threshold is 60%, but on bettors, like realistically, I want it to be around 65, but my threshold is like 60. Once it gets to 60, you can start to ride that wave in that direction. Once it's 65, it's easy. You just take any buys and you pretty much get an automatic win as long as your stop loss is, big enough. Yeah, Maddie said that's why a lot of traders just have break-even trades. then ends up winning after they pull out at break even. And then they revenge trade. Yeah, exactly, man. I agree with you 100%. That's typically what happens with a lot of people, right? You'll see price kind of bounce around. People will pull out at break even, and then when price goes into profit, they enter late, and then price goes up and stops them out. So with whatever strategy you guys apply, your trade psychology is always going to be key. If you guys know the strategy works and you know that it's going to hit, just let the trade run. That's why for me, whenever I take any of these scalps, I typically just let them run. They're only for 100 pips anyway, so it's not like, it's not like I'm holding it for like hours. I'm literally holding it for a couple of minutes and it hits TP at some point. As he sets to the 4-hour close on a brand new green momentum signal, he's thinking a 50% retracement on that candle and start looking for buys. Let's see. Yeah, no, definitely. I could see a retrace right here. So that's kind of what Seth just mentioned right now, guys. So here on the 4-hour time frame, you can see we have a buy signal here, but the candle is kind of huge, right? So the candle is kind of huge. So he's expecting price to maybe drop down 50%. So the body of the candle is about like, or I guess we go from the high. It's about 4,680 pips. So what we're expecting is a little over 2,000. We're expecting this much retracement, or maybe a little more. So expecting a little retracement right here, maybe to half of the body, before it comes back up and just blasts right through. So like, for example, right here, price pushed up, retrace slightly, and then it shoot right back up to stop all those people out. Or I mean, it might even drop that far. It might just shoot right up and blast them out immediately. Yeah, Jonathan just put this right here. So if you guys have read Trading in the Zone by author Mark Douglas, there's this quote that he typically says during the book. He says, if you're confident in your strategy, you'll take the trade without hesitation. And that's pretty much what we've been doing with all of our trades here with the high-low quick scalp. When we see an entry that we don't hesitate, we just see it and we take it. And once it hits TP, we're not surprised because we already knew where price was going. Nice. Yeah, Natasha said she's reading it this weekend. Yeah, if you like reading, then read the book. If you like the audio book, then listen to it through audio. If you guys want the book, just message me on Telegram. I have the books here. CERN actually sent me the book, so thanks CERN for sending me the actual ebooks. And then I think the audio book you can find. I think Jonathan found it on Apple Podcasts or something on here, right here. So Jonathan actually found it right here. You can find it on Apple audiobooks. Someone actually just copied it and then they put it on Apple Podcasts. So if you guys want to listen to it here, I'll just pin it right there. I personally like the audiobooks because you can kind of hear him like explain things properly. I mean, it depends. If you like to read, then just read the book, but I think the audiobook is better. You can just listen to it, have it play in your background, and get your trade psychology right. Yeah, Natasha said she hates audio, or she'll do the audio. She hates reading. Yeah, no, me too. I'm in the same boat. Yeah, Jonathan said he was doing Amazon listening to it yesterday. Yeah, I typically just listen to it like, throughout my day. I'll just have pop in my like AirPods and just listen to them, especially like at the gym. At the gym, instead of listening to music, I usually listen to like audiobooks and stuff. Always trying to get better. Yeah, Medusa said it seems like TradingView is lagging a bit. Yeah, it seems like it's been lagging a bit for the past couple of days, right? Pretty much this whole week. I'm looking at it right now too, Medu, and it does look like it's lagging a bit. It's like a second late. Because I'm looking at TradingView. I mean, I'm looking at MC4, and the candle is pretty bullish right now. But here on TradingView, it's kind of just bouncing around. So yeah, I can see it too, Medu. See if there's anything else right here. But yeah, guys, we're still looking for entries here. The The only thing here is that we just don't have anything right now. So price is right at the sessions right here. You guys can see the fake out kind of happening over here. This is why we don't trade at the sessions. Price broke below, and this probably gave some, this probably gave a lot of traders like the idea that price is going to drop because it broke and closed below the sessions. However, you can see price hasn't gone anywhere. It broke below. Now it's going sideways and making its way back up. Just remember this area right here with this high, this is where I'm seeing a lot of stop losses being placed for people who are entering sells. So shorts right now are currently down. They're still down 72%. A lot of short sellers in the market right now. I'm expecting the market makers to probably give them a little more because they can't keep stopping people out, right? So you can see right here where these red candles are. This is where I saw a lot of people get stopped out. Price pushed up, people entered sells right here. Price pushed up, stopped them out. Price pushed again, came down a little bit right here. As soon as that happened, price spiked up and then stopped everybody out again right here. They can't just keep stopping people out because if they keep doing that, people are not going to enter sells anymore. In order for the market makers to make a lot of money, they need to give these sellers some hope, right? They need to give them some profit at least. It's back at 72%. So what they're doing here is they're giving them some profit. They're giving them some hope here that, okay, you can make at least some profit right here. But when there's enough sellers in the market, they're just going to spike price all the way up and just stop everybody out. And they're going to make the big killing right here. Because they're going to push it up like 2,000, 3,000 pips. So just keep that in mind. Let's go back to that 4-hour candle that Seth was looking at. All right, so we got this kind of marked up right here. This is going to be our threshold, basically. I mean, I don't think price will come down this far, but it might come down at least to this point, or to the most at this point, before catching this big spike to the upside. Just copy these over real quick, so I don't think this copied over. So there. All right, solid. Yeah, Forex Pilot said to send him the book. I'll go over to CERN real quick. There we go. Scroll up real quick. All right, so if you guys are in the premium chat, I pretty much tagged Deswell in the book and the audio book. So the book's right here if you want to look at trading in the zone. And then there's also the audio book right here if you guys have Apple Podcasts. I think everybody has it on their phone. So if you guys want to listen to it there too, it's also available. Some more profits here for Maddie. Maddie's currently up, 1,000, 2,000, about 3,000 right here for the day. So solid work right there, Maddie. Lots of good wins. And I think that's it for right now. Yeah, David said, I begin little by little, gain more confidence on my trades. Very thankful to you, Sean. Definitely, David. I'm glad to help you with that. So yeah, David's doing pretty good. I mean, I've been following David's profits. Every day he's been sending me his profits. Today he locked in 300. Yesterday he locked in 100. Day before that, he locked in 42. Day before that, 16. So you can see his account starting to, or he's starting to make more profits as time goes along. He started out making about 20 bucks, 16 bucks a day. From there, he's making 42 bucks a day. The other day, yesterday, he made 110. And then today's like his biggest day in a while. Locked in 313, all in the same account. So great work right there, David. Ross. So Ross, go to the, or let me just tag you in it right here. I think this is you, right, Ross? So I tagged you in the premium chat right here, and you can find it on that point. All right, so here we go. Price is finally making its way back up. It's looking to stop out all of these sellers in the market. So let's take a look at the sentiment real quick. You can see sentiment dropped from 72 to 71. What do you think happened to that 1% of traders? They just got stopped out. Price spiked up right here, pushed up about 1,000 pips. So people are definitely getting stopped out right here, as you guys can see. Analysis is playing out perfect. It's just really waiting for this point to come up. So I'm looking for price to come up right here. In order for me to take the entry, I'm looking for price to push up, retrace down, and go up higher, right? This is where I want to take my trade, because I want to take my trade as price pushes up to stop out the rest of the retail traders right here. This is where everybody's stop loss is sitting. So what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for this to come back up, retrace down, and then at this point, I'll make my entry. Right? So it's just a smooth push for me. I'll let price push up, retrace down a little bit, make my money right here, and then let it push up higher. I mean, you can hold on to it and take it longer, but for me, I'm not looking to get greedy here. I'm just trying to make my money and get out. I'm basically just trying to get in and get out as quickly as possible, as smoothly, and as efficient without having to take on too much risk. So that's kind of what makes us scalpers versus intraday traders versus, swing traders. For us, we're looking for these small inconsistencies in the market, and we're just looking to get in and out. I'm not trying to get screwed with any manipulation. I just want to get in and out as quickly as possible with my profit, and then move on to the next one. See, Seth said he had a high-low quick scalp pending on the 5-minute. Yeah, it's right at the session. So this would have been a cool entry right here. Or I mean, also there's also a sell signal, so we wouldn't be able to take that. But here we go. As price starts to push up even higher. Nice. Yeah, Seth said in alignment with the 4-hour rejection. He caught a 200 pip scalp on the high low of the 5-minute. Oh yeah, so Seth said that he didn't get a sell signal. I know the trading view has been kind of laggy this whole week. I don't know what's been going on with it. This happens typically when like crazy stuff is going on in the market, but yeah, it looks like Seth didn't get the sell signal. If you don't have a sell signal right here yet, then this would be a possible entry, because if this wasn't there, you would still be looking for buys at that point, right? So, I mean, you still got profit on it, so that's all that matters. Seth. But here you go with this entry here, or I mean, if you're basing it off the 4, looks like it's still hitting. Yeah, Seth said his TP on the 5-minute was 400 pips, and it would have still hit. Yeah, no, it's pushing up. This is why, and there you go. See where this is pushing up right here. Unfortunately, price didn't swing down at all, so we couldn't take the entry here for high-low quick scalp on the 1-minute. But it still played out and pretty much hit this area here. Let's take a look at the sentiment. So it looks like people are still holding strong. What I'm assuming here, or what I'm kind of predicting, is that price is actually, or the stop losses are above it. So you can see right here where price wicked directly off the area that I marked up right here. That's because the stop losses are actually a little higher. So they're not right at that high, but I'm expecting them to be right here. So when price does push above to this point right here, a little higher, then I'm expecting this to blast through it and this number here to change even more. So I'll probably go from 71 to maybe 70 to maybe 69, somewhere around that area. But it just needs to push up a little higher. It's still kind of too close, wherever it's currently at. So there's no entries here for any SR rejections. Reason for that is because there's no zones. I'm going to take this off because I don't want you guys to think this is a zone here. There's no zone there. We just have an area right here where I'm kind of anticipating where the liquidity is sitting. So here's a clean chart. I'm going to go and update the zones over here as well. Couple zones right here, right there. So you can see here that price is bullish. However, it's not really providing us any confirmation of it to continue. So like if price does break past this high, then we do have a bullish direction. And we do have a bullish, market is trending right now. So I'll also draw this from this point to here. you can see that price is trending. But you can see that price is going from a trending market to now a sideways market. You guys see what I did there? So yeah, it is bullish, but you can see from this point, price kind of broke out of it and now it's going sideways. So this is why it's important that you guys draw market structure like this, because you can see it a lot better. A lot of people are blind to this right here. They don't see that price is going sideways. They think price is just going up because they see these trend lines. But realistically, if you draw the market structure here, you can see that price is actually going sideways, right? Price was bullish for a while. It was bullish right here. And then it started to establish this high, this low, and then now it's actually going sideways right down here. And if you guys have trouble identifying this, just let me know at some point, like during the mentoring session, and I'll go over this stuff in detail so that you guys can see it. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are probably like confused, like how did I figure this out? It's not really that difficult. All you have to do is draw the high lows here, and then you'll have market structure. You can see where price was trending, and then you can see that price actually broke out of the trend and now it's going sideways. But yeah. That's why you have to look at things from different perspectives. You can't just look at things linear. If you're just looking at things from one way, you're going to be blind to like the other aspects of the market structure. I mean, you can kind of see it right here too. If you were to draw your high lows, you could pretty much just see that when this high here was established, it started going sideways. And there's just a couple other factors here that you can use as well. Like you can see down here on the trend meter turned blue for a while, right? So price was bullish right here. You can see big bullish push. You can see where the colors change. So it was bullish right here. It turned blue, it turned red. You can see that price was actually going sideways from this point. And then again, same with this right here. Price is pushing up. It turned blue for a little bit. You can see that it actually went sideways from this point as well. New zone down here, not really usable to us, but we will leave it there for now. Let's see, sentiment is still at 72%. So not much has changed. Seems like a lot of people are still trying to cash the top, which is fine for us because we're going to be riding it back up when we have the opportunity. Fundamentals should be up pretty high too. Fundamentals are up. Wow, they're up 418 points. So it is a bit overextended, but since the retail sentiment is so high, I'm probably expecting it to either go sideways or push up higher. But everything here is pointing towards a buy. There's no reason for us to look for any sells at this moment. 4 hours is bullish. 1 hour is bullish. 30-minute is bullish. 15-minute is bullish. And lastly, 10-minute over here, also bullish. So we'll see where this takes us. But if you guys have any questions right now, feel free to put your questions in the chat. There's just nothing for us to take right now. If there was an entry, I wish I could take it, but there just isn't anything for us to take right now. Price is going sideways right here. We need a decent move to the downside in order for us to take the direction, right? So price is pushing up right here. We need this to drop a little bit and continue up higher. The problem with this here is that if we get a sell signal, we can't use this as a high-level quick scalp because we need the buy signal in order for us to take a trade. So that's going to be the issue with this here if we do get a sell signal. And if you guys are not familiar with the requirements, I'll put them up right here. These are the requirements for the high-low quick scalp. So you want to identify a bullish direction of momentum. So if we get that signal right there, first requirement right here is not going to be met. So we need all these requirements to be met in order for us to take a trade. So until we have all that stuff set up, nothing at the moment. Nice. Denzel over here just posted his profits. He said done for the day. He locked in a total profit of 5,962 for the day. So great work right there, Deswell. He made a pretty big profit right here off the breakout. And then he took another buy over here a few minutes ago, looks like. So great work right there, Deswell. Nice. Yeah. Solid work. See, my dude's asking if I have the, actually I don't have it marked up. Thanks, my dude, for the heads up right there. I thought I had it marked up, but I don't. So price is actually at news candle right here, or at news price. And that's kind of where price has been bouncing off. So now that we have that actually marked up right there, thanks, big thanks to Madu over here for giving us a heads up. I didn't even realize that's where price is bouncing from. Like it's literally bouncing off the news price right there. It bounced. So news was right here at 7. Price kind of shot up above, kept testing it right here. And then when price got to this point, it was testing it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before it shot back up. So with price pushing up like this right here, let's check the sentiment real quick. So you can see it went from 72 to 71, right? What happened to that 1%? They got stopped out. Everyone's stop losses were sitting right here. Price went through a little stop loss hunt, pretty much wiped those people out right there. For a lot of you guys who've been part of K2 for a while, you guys know the other strategy we used to apply was called the liquidity push. You guys could have applied that here, but it would have been a bit risky. So if you guys remember the liquidity push strategy, basically what you would do here is you would identify the liquidity right here. And this is basically where liquidity is sitting, right? This is, and by liquidity, I mean, this is where everyone's stop losses are sitting. This is something that you can apply when the sentiment is super high. Like for example, right here, it's at 72. So when price pushes through here, it blasts right through it. It triggers all the stop losses. And then when it triggers all the stop losses around this point, it just goes on a stop loss hunt and just keeps wiping everybody out. So if you guys know that strategy and you guys applied it, I mean, it looks like maybe some of you may have taken a couple pips right here, because you can go for a quick 100 pips. Like 100 pips is not that much. This is how much a 100 pip move is. So if you're going for a stop loss hunt here, or you're going for liquidity push, easy 100 pips all throughout. So from this liquidity push up, price actually pushed up a total of 700 pips almost. So pretty solid. Still not too much going on here. Unfortunately, there's no entries for us to take. I mean, if you guys are applying our other strategies, there's something that you guys could have taken, but a lot of the strategies are considered a bit risky right now. Nice. That's actually what Deswell did. So Deswell said that's what he did. That's how he locked in his last profit over here. He was taking profits off the liquidity push. Locked some pretty good profit off right there. Yeah. Oh, nice work, Deswell. Brock over here as well too. So Brock just posted up his profits. He's currently up 5,103 for the day. Nice work, Brock. Yeah, I'm glad to see you here back in the room as well. So good morning to you, and pretty good profit right there. I mean, you did pretty good for Friday. I mean, a lot of you guys did pretty good for Friday. You guys are taking trades based off my analysis. I haven't even taken any other trades aside from the breakout this morning, but you guys have been just listening to my analysis here and taking trades as price continues to continue up higher. So great work right there, Brock. Patricia over here as well. She said, done for the day. Have a great weekend, everyone. She locked in a total profit of 4,443 for the day. So solid work right there, Patricia. Yeah, it seems like everyone here did pretty good. I mean, looking over here at everyone's profits for the day, Patricia locked in about 4,400. Barack locked in 5,100. Deswell over here locked in 5,900, about 6,000 right there. Maddie over here about 3,000 for the day. Myself, you guys saw So this is why I'm not too inclined to take too many trades after I've already made it this much profit. I mean, I'm looking for a trade here, but I don't see anything and I'm not going to force anything, because if you guys add up my profits right here across my accounts, I'm actually up pretty high too. So 2,110 plus 2,360 plus 17 plus 2,010 plus 2,010 plus 2,010 plus 2,067. I'm actually up a lot. So as you guys can see right here, this is why I'm not too like forced to take anything. If you guys can find this consistency here where you can take maybe 1 or 2 trades and just lock in some profits, you can really add up your profits like across the accounts. That's what I'm doing. Like, I'm taking on less risk because I have multiple accounts. I just need 1 or 2 trades a day and I lock in some pretty good profit across all of them here. So, I mean, that should be your guys' goal, right? Finding consistency and taking less trades, more profit. Because if you take less trades, there's less risk versus, taking like 10 trades a day and then having like 5 losses, ending up at break even. It's not really worth the effort. See, Maddie over here posted some more. Yeah, nice. So Maddie said he made a little over 2% today. He had an accidental loss. It's all good. It happens. Sometimes you just hop into a trade and then you let it run and, shit hits the fan. It's all good. You did pretty good so far. So Maddie's up 2% on his account for the day so far. There's still no retracement here. We're looking for that retracement to come down. So basically what I'm looking for here is the same pattern we've been looking for all morning. So we had price come up right here, come down and push up. Unfortunately, we couldn't take the entry here. We were looking for an entry at this point, but there was no low that ever got established. Right? We're looking for like a low, one of these. If we were able to get one of those, we could have taken the buy here and then rode it up higher. But at the moment, there's just nothing for us to take right now. Crap, did I accidentally delete the yeah, I did. It's okay. I'll just pop up another one. So I think sentiment was like 72% short. Fundamentals were like up 430 points. Four hours bullish, 1 hour is bullish, 15-minute bullish, 10-minute also bullish. So yeah, everything here is pretty much bullish. Sentiment here is still, and it's crazy. It looks like a lot of these traders here are just holding on to positions. They're either holding on or they've been re-entering. Because it's crazy. This thing's been 72% since like down here. So if you measure how many people are holding on to some massive drawdown, they're holding on to drawdown like over almost 3,000 pips. So that's pretty crazy, unless they're holding on for like the longer hold, which I could see too. So if you go over here to, let's just go over to the 1 hour, right? I mean, this is even more massive drawdown. So you say, for example, someone's stop loss was like maybe 5,000 pips. I guess I could see people holding it like that because, I mean, that's massive drawdown right there. So say, for example, you try to enter off this big candle here. Or maybe not even at that point, maybe like right here. Maybe at that point, someone would probably have maybe 3,000 pip move. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm just trying to imagine how like where people will be sitting if they're taking these sells here. I mean, there's no other. Let me see where I don't even think we're at an all-time high. Okay, I see. So I think this is where a lot of people's stop losses are sitting right now. Like a lot of these swing traders and long-term holds, they're actually getting close to their stop loss. So if you look over here, this is a high that has not been tested yet. This is actually where a lot of these Stop losses are currently sitting. Because whoever entered at some point over here, a lot of these swing holders, this is actually from September. So September 13th, about a little over a month ago, this is like the high that has not been tested. You guys can see here that all this liquidity got hit. So there's a bunch of liquidity here that was sitting and actually got hit. Let's see, liquidity started getting hit over here, or the big liquidity over here starting getting hit around October 23rd. So like earlier this week on Sunday or Friday, actually it started on Friday. Friday pushed up, hit liquidity right here, and then it just kept going. So this is like their last line of defense right here. If price pushes past here, a lot of those people are going to get stopped out. Yeah, Maddie said he needs the low to be established. It doesn't want to chase the buy. I agree with you. CT said supply at 625, so could stop. So stop could be slightly above that. Yeah, no, and that's exactly where that's basically where I drew this area right here too. CT. So this is the 4-hour high right here, basically. What I drew up over here is a 4-hour high. I'll go over here on the 1 minute and I'll draw it on here as well, so that you guys can see a little better. So price is actually already there. We have a low right here established. However, there's a sell signal here, so unfortunately we can't take this trade for a high-low quick scalp. It's 7:36 right now. Yeah, I don't know why. It feels like time's going really slow today. I thought it was already 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I mean, I think time is going super slow because we don't have any entries to take. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like today's just going by really slow. There's nothing for us to take. It is Friday though, so just keep that in mind. It's seems like a lot of people are probably pulling out of the market for the weekend. So if there's anything you guys want me to cover, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we'll keep looking for some more entries here. It's only 6:37, so we still have about like 20 minutes till 8. But I think price is definitely like super overextended right now. And you can see a lot of people here are still entering sells, which is, I mean, it's beyond me. 73%. So with more people entering sells here, I expect price to continue pushing up higher. This zoned area right here is a 4-hour zone. So I'm expecting that to probably get knocked out at some point today. Let me see how far is it right here. It's 1,500 pips. Any news on CNBC right here? Pictures like this always crack me up. When you guys see this stuff right here, it says Dow jumps more than 200 points on Friday and heads for a winning week as market shakes off core tech earnings. And then they get these random pictures of these people on Wall Street, like on the floor. I'm pretty sure that wasn't from today. Like the picture of the guys right there all happy. This is probably from like years ago. But they save these photos of these people on the floor where they're happy or they're sad. And then whenever the day's good, they post one of their photos. Or when the day is bad, they post the other photos. But other than that, I don't see anything else here. Really causing price to push up like that. I mean, aside from market being manipulated, let's check the news here. So the thing with this right here is, I mean, if you guys even just read this, it's the stocks rose on Friday despite a tumble in Amazon shares as economic data pointed to slowing inflation and a steady consumer. Like you can see here that the earnings weren't even good, but price still decided to push up. That's how you can see that a lot of these push-ups are like manipulated pushes. They're just trying to stop out a lot of these sellers who are trading based off the news here. I mean, let's check the index over here. The index should be all green. Yeah, they're literally all green. So you can see at this point, there's like no reason to take any sells at all. I mean, there's a couple of red stocks here, which is surprising for how the market's moving. But I mean, it's a bunch of like irrelevant stocks like Disney, right? Disney and Salesforce. So let me just refresh this real quick. So there's like about 3 stocks that are red, but they're not even that red. They're red like less than a point. So like Disney's down 0.16 points, Dow is down 0.39 points, Chevron's down 0.47, but they're not really down at all. Like when they're not at least a percentage point, then I wouldn't consider them down at all. Back to the charts. Still nothing for us to take right here. We have a sell signal right here, so there's nothing for us to take with regard to buys. I mean, there's technically a sell right here. Or never mind, this entry came up after the momentum signal. So I mean, if you wanted to be really risky and you wanted to take a high-low quick scalp, it's technically a sell here that you could have taken, which would have hit TP. So looking at this right here, we have a sell signal. We have a high. We have a wick off the next candle right here. This would technically be a sell for a high-low quick scalp. But again, I'm not looking for any sells here because everything is pointing towards a buy. Like if you're taking a sell here, you're taking a huge gamble because this can easily just spike up, stop you out, right? It just doesn't make any sense to taking sells here. But if you were to apply the strategy here, say for example, this was not all bullish and say this was all neutral, right? If this was all neutral, this would be an entry for a sell. You have a sell momentum right here, and I'll put the requirements for the high-low quick scalp. The thing with this here is that you guys don't need the trend meter, right? The trend meter is for the SR rejection. For this one right here, you're just looking for a bearish momentum right there. Identify a high right there, identify a top wick rejection. We had one right here. And then you enter the trade. But we just don't have much direction here at all. So price did push up right there. Let me go and mark up or update this a little bit. So again, here's a clean market structure. So again, right here, as you guys can see, price pushed up, and then now it's right back into that range again. But it looks like now volatility is starting to die down quite a bit. We got our buy signal right here. Now what I'm looking for again is I'm looking for the same setup. We got this buy signal, and you price to push up slightly, retrace a little bit, and continue up higher. That is what we're looking for here. Yeah, Maddie said it's going to come down a bit, give some hope maybe. Then he can see it knocking out the 4-hour high. Yeah, that's what I have right here. So this is pretty much what I got marked up over here, guys. I'll probably have to go on the higher time frame. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to mark up the actual high. So that we don't have the zone over here kind of in the way. So I'll take this off. It's actually not that far from it. The high's right there. So that's the target price point that we're looking for. Yeah, Maddie said his trade hit again, but he got distracted by a phone call. It's all good. Catch the next one, Maddie. So You need price to push up a bit for us to take this entry right here. Here's a clean chart. You can see price isn't really doing too much. It's within this range. We don't want price to drop too low though. So if price drops below the momentum signal right here, then there's not going to be an entry at all. Yeah, Brock said it'll come down somewhat to lure the sellers. Yeah, I mean, possibly you could. Looking over here at sentiment. The sentiment is still pretty high. So I don't know if it'll drop down that much. I think it'll probably just range within this area. Initial. So the initial target's right here, because that's where the current high is at. The actual target's going to be up here. So we'll see. We just don't want price to drop below this point right here. If price drops below this point right here, then it's not going to be very used to us because it's not going to fit the criteria for the fourth requirement on the high-low quick scalp. So for the fourth requirement over here, since we're looking for a buy, you need to confirm that entry does not pass momentum candle. So we can't let price get below this point right here. If it does, then it kind of invalidates our trade and we would have to wait for the next one to come up. But it looks like the volatility here has died down quite a bit. See, each candle over here has been pushing about 100 pips. So I don't know if there's any news coming up today. Let me check the calendar real quick. I think everything's done for the most part. Either people have pulled out of the market for the day, or something is coming up. Yeah, so we don't really have too much coming up over here. We have some news coming up at 10 o'clock, but that's in 2 hours. It's the Baker Hughes total rig count and Baker Hughes oil rig count, but this doesn't really affect us too much. It's low impact. I mean, it's oil news, so yeah, it'll affect certain companies like Chevron, right? But other than that, I think that's about it. There he goes, price pushed up and pretty much knocked out the first target that I marked up right here. So target price point was right here, price blasted through it, and then now it's pushing up higher. Sentiment kind of dropped a little bit, went from 73% to 72. You guys already know what happens to that 1%. They got stopped out when price pushed up past this first target price point right here. So here goes, price pushes up higher. Next target price point is going to be the 4-hour high right here. Yeah, Patrick said miss the high-low quick scalp or the high-low scalp. So there's two different strategies that are typically being applied, guys. It's the high-low quick scalp, which is what we're applying here in the live, and then one that Patrick likes to apply as well, which is the original high-low scalp, where it's right here. So if you guys are not familiar with the high-low quick scalp, basically we have highs right here marked up, right? As price pushes up, it'll provide an entry for a high-low scalp. It's the reason why it's called a high-low scalp is because price is looking to break past the high here in the direction of momentum. So we have a bullish momentum here. We have a high right here. This candle broke past it and would allow you to take an entry right there for 100 pips. Quick profit, quick in and out right there. So yeah, if you guys caught it, great. It's not one of the strategies I'm technically applying right now, so it doesn't really have any relevance to my analysis. It is one of my strategies, so if you guys want to apply that strategy, you guys are more than welcome. That's actually a good strategy to apply during these types of conditions, Patrick. So like when the bias is extremely strong, like for example right here, it's super strong for a buy, right? You can literally take every high-low scalp and you'll be pretty fine. There's actually another one right here too. So there was two of them right here, Pat. I'm not sure if you saw the first one. This one took a while to hit, but it did eventually hit. So you could have you could have doubled up on it. There was one right here, and then there's another one right here. So basically two back-to-back wins. If you're applying the original high-low scalp, the high-low quick scalp it's a little different. It's based off the high-lows, but in the opposite direction. Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to tell because it came up super quickly. There's only about a few candles before it came up and passed right here. Nice. Yeah, Maddie said he's $100 away from passing his other challenge. Nice. So it's nice to see a lot of you guys here passing your challenges again. I know it's been a while since we've had people pass challenges because everyone kind of passed them already, early on. But I see a lot of you guys here adding more accounts, or we have a lot of new members here who are, just sitting on the lives and making profit. But it's good. It's good. It brings morale up when you guys see other people passing challenges and posting profits every day. Looking back at our profits for like the year and for the past maybe 2 or 3 years, if you look back at any day here, there hasn't been one day where not one person in K2 has profited, right? If you look back here and you pull up any day, like I could pull up a random day like April, I don't know, 19th, right? I go here and you can see we made profits on that day. These are my accounts right here. And at the end of each day, I post up everyone's profits. So this is everyone's profits for like this random April day of this year. You can pull up literally any day of the year. If you guys have a random date you want me to pull up, I can pull up any date here, and you'll see that there's been at least a few people, and like there's been a handful, actually, not even a few, a lot, who've locked in profit. Like for example, February 23rd. I made some profit that day, pretty good profits. And then at the end of the day, if you look at the profits, this is everyone's profits for the day. So the thing with K2 and with our group here is that there's unlimited opportunity to make profits, right? If you guys are like not making profits still and you guys are not consistent, the odds are it's probably your trade psychology. The issue is probably your ability to follow directions and, trade during the live. And if that's the problem, that's completely fine because you can fix that. But, there's a lot of profits here to be made. It just depends on like how you're able to consistently lock in those profits and not take losses. So we got a couple more profits here from Deswell and Patrick as well, actually. So Patrick over here posted his profits. He's currently up 3,092 for the day. Great work right there, Patrick. Locked in some more over here, currently up 3,985. Solid work right there. I mean, you did pretty good, Patrick. Even though you ate like one loss right there, you still locked in some pretty good profit. I mean, you'd be up like 7,000 right now, but it's all good. Losses happen, you bounce back from it, made it right back. So great work right there, Patrick. Yeah, he said London caught him, but he made it back in New York. He's going to quit while he's ahead. So great work right there, Patrick. Also, Deswell over here, he said he's now officially done for the day, locking a total profit of 6,592. So yeah, guys, amazing work for Friday, right? Typically Fridays are usually, we don't usually even trade on Fridays, but for the past couple of months, it's been pretty good for us. Some more over here as well. Mace currently at 5,586 for the day. Nice work, Mace. Yeah, you guys are all killing it today. Deswell again, 6,592. We already looked at that. And then Scotty over here currently up 2,119 for the day. So looks like some of you guys have a couple losses here, which is okay. You lost like maybe 2 trades here, but you made it right back, Scotty. So total profit of 2,119 for the day. Nice. Yeah, Maddie said he's stacking accounts so he can give his mom 20 bands for Christmas. Solid, bro. So solid profits right there. Lots of wins over here. So killing it, Maddie. Great profits right there. And then here's his other account, currently up 109,000 right now. So it looks like this challenge is about to be done. Just need about $100, looks like. Yeah, you're at 1,000. You're at 109,902. So you need about like 98 profit to pass this challenge right here, and then you'll be adding another one to there. for your accounts. Let's see, Brock over here as well, currently up. So Brock said good for the day. He needed to cover yesterday as he missed the trading day, and he did pretty great overall. Currently up 6,142 on this account. And this is the same account. He just locked in a little more. He said, I should stop right here now. Took that last sell. We'll trace on the high. Total profit of 9,490. So crazy work right there, guys. And yeah, I think you should definitely stop, Barack, especially if you're up almost 10,000 for the day. That's crazy. Crazy, but possible. So glad to see you locked in some pretty massive profits there. Yeah, Brock killed it today. If you guys can see here, he's been taking like some decent trades, and they've all been wins, straight wins right there. So great work, guys. I did see this low over here, but there was no entry. This candle next to it, there was no wick. So unfortunately, there was nothing we could have taken right here, as this candle just pushed up. But good to see a lot of you guys here just taking trades off my analysis. I know there's no official trades here that we could have taken, but that's just me being conservative. If you guys know the strategies and you guys know which ones to apply, you guys can, take as many trades as you like. Unfortunately, at the moment, there's nothing for us to take here, so I can't even take anything myself. There's no high-low scalp there. And it is getting close to 8. So it's currently 7:56 right now, guys. If there's anything else that you guys want me to cover, if there's anything else that you guys need help with, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. As it gets close to 8, I'm going to wrap it up. You can see the volatility here starting to die down. And today is also Friday. So today's not the day to take these unnecessary risks. I'm going to stay close to my discipline and to my trading plan. I'm only going to trade from 6:30 to 8. I think I'm going to stop trading Asia session, guys. I'm just going to trade with you guys here during the live sessions. And we're going to, I'm just going to focus on this. What I noticed is, when I trade during Asia, I start to take a lot of these trades that aren't really there. You start to trick yourself to thinking that there's a good trade there, but realistically, there's nothing there, and it starts to take a toll on my accounts. So, and my trade psychology, because what happens is if you guys take these like random trades and you guys win, you guys think that you're actually making good moves, but in reality, you're messing with your trade psychology because you start to take a lot of these random trades. And as soon as that one random trade doesn't hit, it's going to screw up your whole trading plan. So I think that's about it. So I don't know if there's anything else that you guys want me to cover. Unfortunately, there was no other trades we could have taken. Hopefully, a lot of you guys took the breakout with a lot of us. I think everyone did, looking at everyone's profits from this morning. So yeah, looking at the profits from this morning over here. So I'll just go back to the top. So this is the top from today when the market started. A lot of you guys here took the breakout with us. So Maddie over here took some trades right there. Seth over here took the breakout, locked in 4,000 right off the gate. Scotty over here as well, he locked in 700. Kenny over here took the breakout, locked in 110. Rashida as well, 311 for the day. Al locked in 4,000 for the day. Tasha locked in 430 for the day. Patricia locked in 2,700 for the day. And this is just from the breakout this morning. So looking at the timestamp right here, you can see that a lot of these trades were taken super early. And of course, you guys saw my profits. Total profit about 12,000 for the day. Just took one trade, made 12,584 across all of my accounts right here. So, other than that, guys, I think that's about it. It's 7:58 right now. If you guys do decide to trade after 8, I recommend that you guys stay very careful about what you decide to take, because Friday is a very risky day to trade. As you guys can see, volatility here is starting to die down a lot. So you probably don't want to take any trades and get caught in it, because the last thing you want to do is take a trade and then have to hold on to it for like 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes pass, trade starts to spike erratically. So it doesn't look like there's any other questions here. So I'll see you guys next week. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to email me, Sean at kodikaitrades.com, or just message me on Telegram. That's probably the quickest way to get a hold of me. But yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. So yeah, definitely Brock. No problem, Ross. I'll see you guys here on Monday. Definitely Maddie, we'll see you here on Monday as well. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up for the week. If you guys have anything that you guys want to discuss, just feel free to message me. Otherwise, I'll be around for a bit to just finish up some back office work before I call it a week. But until then, guys, I'll see you guys here on Monday. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys here next week, same place, same time, as we take on the first